shoulder to shoulder, steadfast in the face of adversity, but with the same resolve that has always been at the heart of what Ontario does. It is an absolute honor to be with you here today, flanked by my cabinet and caucus colleagues, each of whom has shown an unwavering dedication to our cause of building a bigger, better, stronger province of Ontario. And I am also grateful for the tireless efforts and support of Associate Minister Vijay Thanagasalam and my parliamentary assistant, Matthew Ray. Today we face a significant challenge, the threat of crippling tariffs by our closest ally and largest trading partner. The U.S. and Canada share a deep history and a common vision built on mutual benefit. Yet make no mistake, while these circumstances may test us, we remain committed to defending and standing firm in the defense of our shared success. We will not bend. We will not break before a president who looks to sacrifice his own nation's prosperity for the sake of empty bravado. We are Canadians, and we are Ontarians. And frankly, we are made of sterner stuff. Now, we have faced trials in the past, trials that would have broken others, and yet we have always emerged stronger. In the great struggles of 2 world wars, we triumphed where others faltered. In Afghanistan, we stood as America's most steadfast and reliable ally. After the horrific attacks of 9/11, we opened our doors and our hearts. Our scientists have helped send men to the moon. Our ingenuity and strength have powered America's industries. And time again, in every conflict, in every struggle, we have stood firm. We have built a great nation, and we will not be underestimated. When we are tested, we rise. When we are pushed, we move forward with renewed vigor, and this will not change. We will meet this challenge as Canadians have met all others, steadfast, unwavering, and unyielding. And for generations, it has been our rural communities that have laid the very foundation on which this province stands. Through hardship and struggle, you have led us, provided for us, and shown us the way forward. Now, under the resolute leadership of Premier Ford, our government has not merely acknowledged the unique challenges of rural and northern Ontario, we have actively unleashed the tremendous opportunity that these regions offer. We have not simply listened to your concerns. We have answered them with action. We have opened doors once shut by those who dismissed your potential, who turned their backs on your needs, and who allowed many of our communities to wither. For 15 long years, the previous government turned a blind eye to the needs of the North, closing schools, imposing unwanted energy projects on unwilling communities. Now, they failed to see what we see, the incredible potential of rural and northern Ontario as an engine of prosperity for this entire province. Our government is focused on building a brighter future for rural and northern Ontario. We have dismantled the barriers that have stifled growth and opportunity, and brick by brick, we are rebuilding. Now, we're not just talking about change, we are making it happen, and since 2018, we have set in motion a transformation like no other. We have cut taxes for job creators by over $8 billion while reducing over $1 billion in red tape. We have attracted billions in new investments in manufacturing, creating over 850,000 jobs and strengthening local economies. We've supported and invested in the skilled trades, the unsung heroes who build the very fabric of our communities. And we have more than doubled our commitment to education with the largest funding increase for new schools in Ontario's history. And gone are the days when communities were forced to accept energy projects they did not want. Now, we are leading when it comes to energy. We are leading in energy development with a bold new vision for the future, new nuclear projects, and up to $50 million worth of investments to support local communities. In healthcare, we've increased funding by more than a third, an investment of over $85 billion last year alone. We're expanding primary care teams at an unprecedented rate, connecting thousands of Ontarians to the healthcare they deserve. We're building more hospital beds than the previous government did in 15 years, with more than 3,000 since 2020 alone. And under Premier Ford's leadership, we are lifting every corner of this province. We're reviving the Northlander, opening up the Ring of Fire, bringing power and opportunity to the North, and connecting every part of Ontario to high-speed internet. And our resolve is simply unshakable. We will continue to support you, step by step, as we build a bigger, better, stronger Ontario, one community at a time. And colleagues, in the past year, our policies have borne fruit. Through initiatives like the Housing Enabling Water Systems Fund, we are making essential investments that will ensure your communities remain strong for generations to come. We are tackling homelessness, easing the burden on municipalities, and empowering local leaders to meet the pressing needs of their people. We have slashed the red tape that has long stifled housing development, including fast-tracking approvals for major student housing projects. But colleagues, we know that there is still more that needs to be done. That is why our government is exploring new, fairer, and more sustainable ways to fund critical infrastructure without burdening home buyers, and we stand fully beside our municipal partners as they strive to meet the needs of our communities. We are considering innovative solutions to foster growth in rural communities, including flexible water systems to support development in communities otherwise shut off to it. We are modernizing the planning process, bringing consistency and certainty, and eliminating the delays that have long plagued municipalities. But let me make this clear and let me be plain. I will not approve a single official plan unless it reflects the bold vision needed to accommodate the growth that our province demands. Rural and Northern Ontario are not peripheral. They are central to Ontario's success. And under this government, you will have the tools and resources and support that you need to prosper. From infrastructure investments to housing solutions, from job creation to eliminating red tape, we are delivering real results, and this, colleagues, is just the beginning. Now let us work together, hand in hand, to build a future of prosperity and strength and opportunity for all Ontarians, from the farthest reaches of the north to the heart of our cities. Let us draw inspiration from those who, through their sweat and sacrifice, built this great nation from the ground up. Now, at last year's conference, you asked for a better code of conduct, for improved infrastructure funding, for stable police funding, and for better support for vital industries. You asked for investments in healthcare services, and we have delivered. Now I ask you, set aside your differences. Unlock the potential of your communities. Work together to make it easier to invest, to build, and to grow in your regions. Do not simply accept the status quo. Do not stand by and say no simply because you can. Simply put, colleagues, don't wait for me to bring about the change that is already within your power to create, because if we have to, we will. Now, previous generations of municipal leaders, they have never accepted that change could not happen. They have never accepted that small rural Ontario could not prosper, that our small communities couldn't be the engine that drives the economic growth of the province of Ontario, the engine of the Canadian Federation. And nor should any of you accept that we can't be that today. And as I conclude, let me just thank Chair Lowry and of course, President Jones, both of whom put countless hours and have to suffer through many meetings with me, but both who I can tell you have been absolutely instrumental in helping bring about the policies and some of the changes that we have seen over the last number of months. And I said this at AMO, and I'll say it again here today. For all of those who don't think that these conferences make a difference, that your contributions, that your delegations, and that the issues that you are bringing to the table can't affect change, I tell them and I tell you, they're wrong. These conferences are important, and the delegations that my cabinet and caucus colleagues have not only participated in and have attended, have helped us draft and guide the future. And I want to just also congratulate, if I can, and thank my caucus colleagues. I'm told that there was a record number of delegations requested and a record number of delegations that were done over the conference so far. So with that, let me again thank each and every one of you. I'm going to invite my colleagues to the stage now, and to remind everybody that, of course, there will be a reception following this so that we can celebrate everything that rural Ontario has to offer the people of the province of Ontario. Thank you so much for all of your work, and I invite my caucus colleagues to the stage.